Okay, so this is flying under the radar a little bit with a billion PlayStation Store sales running every week, but there are some really good deals on the physical end of things that I want to cover. New lows on a bunch of games, so I think a lot of you guys would be interested in hearing this. Also, Final Fantasy VII Remake, we got a different kind of sale. We have sales numbers on that game, and yeah, to the surprise of absolutely no one, it did colossally well. And 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim drops a new apocalyptic trailer and pre-order details. We'll cover that in a little bit. First of all, I know you guys love some great deals. Right off the top, let's go for Nioh 2, man. $19.99, it is 50% off. What a stellar deal for Nioh 2, which is an excellent game. Nioh 2 to me is what a sequel should be while retaining the fundamentals that made Nioh 1 so good, also improving on the game. Pretty sure they're putting this on sale because the DLC is coming out soon. I don't care. Whatever the reason is, that is a really good deal, and I would strongly recommend it. Should also note, the Nioh 2 Special Edition is down to $40. That includes Nioh 2 PS4 game, Steelbook case, Season Pass, and the Art of Nioh 2 book. Hey, if you want the game with the Season Pass, that's a freaking solid buy. That's typically $60 and now it's $40, and they did drop the MSRP of the base game down to $20, so, or I should say $40, so that's pretty good, 50% off. Can't complain about that. And actually, the more I look at that special edition, that looks pretty tempting with that 6 Steelbook as well as the Season Pass and the Art of Nioh 2 book. I'd honestly probably recommend that over the base game, just because, take my word for it, Nioh 2 is a really good game and you're probably going to want to end up getting the Season Pass, and the DLC content is shaping up to be pretty nice. So $40 for that I think is pretty good. Otherwise, if you do pick up the base game, $20 for it, can't go wrong at all. Days Gone also down to $20, not as, satiating of a deal, but pretty good in its own right. Days Gone was one of those games that wasn't heralded at the level of the elite PlayStation 4 exclusives like your God of Wars, Uncharted 4s, and things of that nature, but it's a good game. It's just the standard for PS4 exclusives is so freaking high, and you also have to bear in mind, Bend Studios was a studio that was working on a lot of portable titles. You're talking Uncharted Golden Abyss, Resistance Retribution, I believe they did Siphon Filter, Logan Shadow, so they were working on a lot of budgeted titles, I should say. Uncharted Golden Abyss was a pretty visually impressive game, but it still was not on the level of a colossal PS4 open world title like Days Gone, and yes, it's a little rough around the edges, but I think there's some quality elements to it, and for $20, I would say, give it a go and see what you think about it. Dead Stranding, $22 off $17.99. I believe this is a new low for Dead Stranding. Great game. PC version just came out. I know the game is a little bit controversial, and usually it's a love or hate kind of game. To me, I love Death Stranding. I feel like games like this push the medium of video games forward, and that's what I really appreciated about them. I think Death Stranding in the future is gonna be a case study. Like, people look at Death Stranding and they look at where they can take elements from Death Stranding and implement that to their own games. I just thought it was a very unique narrative experience, so I would give that a strong recommendation. So do give that a whirl if you've been on the fence. Also, because it's priced so low that I understand, yes, being on the fence at $59.99 was one thing, but at $18, I do feel like at the very least, this is a game everybody should play. Next up, Dreams Standard Edition is $19.99. Awesome deal on Dreams. You've heard all about it. Media Molecule knocked it out of the park with this one. It was shocking to me that they priced it at $40 to begin with. It was a great price right out of the gate. But now Dreams being $20, man, that is just a sick deal. It's a steal of a deal, and it's a game with so much longevity to it, and we know that Media Molecule is going to be supporting this game for years to come, literally probably another decade, so that's super exciting when you think about the future and the prospects that Dreams could be in, 5 to 10 years. That's very compelling. And lastly, Persona 5 Royal Launch Edition is $40. That is pretty good. These are all Best Buy deals. We got a couple of other deals from GameFly in a second, but P5 Royal, $40, a launch edition. I believe it includes a steelbook. Yeah, that's a great deal. I highly recommend it. Even if you're not the biggest fan of JRPGs, I just feel like the aesthetic presentation in Persona 5 is so freaking good. Like, it's not a technically mind-blowing game like, like an HZD or even a Death Stranding, but Persona 5 accentuates its art style and its world so well that this is going to be a game that you're going to be able to go back to 10 years from now and still appreciate the visual accentuation of a lot of the different elements they decide to employ in the game. And then obviously, we're talking about visuals in a JRPG. The story's amazing, the content's great, Royal is awesome, and it adds a ton of content. This is just a great one, and I would highly recommend it. They are lengthy, but hey, if you're locked inside right now, if you're rounding out your summer break from school or whatever, you want a lengthy game to really, kill that August time, Persona 5 Royal would be a solid one. Lastly, I do want to mention a couple of deals that are available at GameFly right now. They've got some used game deals, and most notably, I did notice that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is down to $17.99. That is a stellar deal. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a game that I've completed twice, and initially, I probably liked the game better the first time through. The second time through, I really noticed some issues with the game. Like, goddamn, that map. That map is horrific. There are some good elements to the game. Like, I like the combat. I didn't hate the story as much as most people, but yeah, sometimes when I play a Star Wars game, I do kind of want to play as like a badass, a Jedi badass or something of that nature. And in this game, you know, it is more of a story about development and things of that nature. I still really enjoy the game, and I would give it a shout. In other news, Days Gone on there is down to $17.99, so you can save a couple bucks. Control is down to $24.99, so that's not bad, but, you know, the real standout was Jedi Fallen Order for me, so yeah, do give that a look. Okay, moving on from the deals, Final Fantasy VII Remake shipments and digital sales have topped 5 million, highest selling digital release on PlayStation in Square Enix history. How about that? That is a phenomenal number, given that we are living in pandemic era. It's very exciting that a game can still perform this well, and that's actually, like, I really shouldn't even bring that up. If you actually look at the metrics, literally every entertainment medium is up. Video games are killing it right now. Streaming services like Netflix, ESPN+, Hulu, all of those are killing it. So it's literally had the inverse of effect of what people thought it was going to do. Now let's see how that turns out when, you know, people have burned through their stimulus money, when people are, you know, just the climate is going to be changing, and it's a very fluid situation month to month, but the fact a game like FF7 Remake could still sell north of 5 million, that is a very, very telling sign about the state of not only Final Fantasy VII as that iconic IP that it is, and yeah, that should showcase why Square Enix wants to milk you $60 a couple of times, even though I thought FF7 Remake was more than a, you know, palatable experience in its own right, and it was a big enough game. But great stuff from Square Enix for delivering a quality title, and then great stuff from the consumer for rewarding that quality title. And you also have to think about it digitally. This game killed it, so revenue-wise, yeah, they're killing it. That's one thing I think publishers are like, holy S, we are making so much digital revenue right now, and I'm telling you guys, that sweet, sweet digital revenue is a lot juicier than when you gotta pay a middleman, when you gotta pay for the, you know, creation of the manufactured games and all that stuff. A lot more profitable when you're selling so many digital copies. Lastly, I do want to note that there is a 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim trailer that is available right now. Pre-order details have gone live as well. The game will be coming in September, but this game is looking fantastic. Obviously coming from Vanillaware, and that visual style comes through right away. Game looks solid, and Atlas is seemingly going to drop something of quality very, very soon. So exciting stuff there. That's going to conclude this video. Again, a bunch of great deals live right now. Final Fantasy VII Remake just absolutely kills it in sales. Very interesting to see that digital sales were so strong, and 13 Sentinel Aegis Rim gets a brand new trailer. Check that out. I would recommend it. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.